spring ball and skip grapple beam, you'd need to do the ice clip, right? So
Yep.
you would basically be forced out of high jump boots for everything that you're doing.
And we have BluePlasmaSpark to give BLTR to Freya, and Freya hasn't said anything so far. We'll
And
go
our
back.
runners are starting in series right now. So you'll see the big old card over here. If this is your first time watching Double Anti Bingo, the goal is to fill out that bingo card. Each runner has to do it twice, one that they choose for themselves and one that their opponent chooses for them. Now, they can choose, they know what their opponent is choosing for them beforehand, and they can figure out their own kind of on the fly. So they can choose something that synergizes or whatever. It's a really fun way to watch Super Metroid. I'm really excited for this to be my first commentary. And for our trackers, our fantastic trackers, Spaghetti and Mako Curd, I believe. We've got...
I am tracking for today.
Oh, you're tracking.
With Spaghetti.
I'm sorry. You're doing everything. So we have BluePlasmaSpark in green and FreyasSpirit in purple. Both of these, like I said before, are fantastic runners. I think BluePlasmaSpark has the slightly better any percent time, but FreyasSpirit is a fantastic runner. Seen both of them do plenty of runs on different tournaments and relays and things of that nature, and both just incredibly skilled. This is going to be a really good race today.
Oh yeah. So with BluePlasmaSpark having to skip Charge Beam, defeat Ridley in Crocomire, it's going to require quite a lot of ammo. So the super consumption for that is going to be very high. And for Freya, it's going to be pretty annoying because they are going to have to collect Spring Ball, skip Grapple Beam, and skip High Jump Boot basically because they are going to need Ice Beam. The 9 energy tank is kind of annoying, but it's not the worst thing ever, I find.
Yeah, they'll be running all over Zeus anyway, right? They're gonna have to. They'll find him sooner or later somewhere.
Oh yeah. Like both of our runners is going to have to do pretty hard. This one is pretty deep. The other one that I find is really evil is column 2. Column 2 seems to have everything to make things pretty bad.
What do we see there? So collect only one of Speed Booster or Grapple Beam, skip Charge Beam, defeat Dragon, so you have to go all the way up into Meridia, wreck ship map station, and then finish in Kraid's room. Yeah, that's a lot of running around. When I first started watching Dab, I thought that a lot of these collectathon things were going to be hard, and then as I watched more, I realized that the real mean ones are the ones that make you just walk all over the place, and you have to go deep into North Fair and then way deep into Meridia, and it just takes so much time of movement.
Oh yeah. One of the worst one is basically the ones that are gonna make you go at one place 2 times during the run. Those are the one that really eats up your time. The collection is all over the place, so you can do it wherever. It's not the worst one, but things that are really specific is what's gonna really take it on.
Mm-hmm. Here we see Freya's going through their climb right now, doing this nice sidewall jump strat, and looks like BluePlasmaSpark right behind doing the exact same thing. So yeah, usually we see a great mix of both intelligent routing and execution in these races, and yeah, we're in for a real treat today.
Yep, it's the beginning of the game. Same thing is gonna happen. It might diverge after bomb, but I really doubt it. So, as I was saying about column 2, I meant it as a road to give to someone else instead of a road to do yourself. Now
Yeah, for
let's
sure.
look at what both runners might take for the road they want to finish. This is pretty hard, but I would think BluePlasmaSpark as a good column 4 right there. It's a decent one. It's on the way
Yeah,
for most of it.
go deep into warfare anyway, then screw attack's not a big problem, and map station as well. So that does seem pretty reasonable.
The only problem I see with it is that you have to be really early into knowing you're gonna do it, because it has collect all 60 Brinstar missiles, which require you to pretty much like start right when you enter Brinstar. You need to be ready to grab all of them.
Oh, that's a really good point, especially if you're combining this with something like finish in, for example, Craig's room or somewhere else that they are gonna, you really don't want to backtrack and then backtrack again.
Yep. There's not a lot of other things really that I can think of that would be good for BluePlasmaSpark, because it doesn't want to enter Meridia at all. Like, I think the best bet for him is going to go down, grab as much ammo as he can with everything that he can, then go back up to the wreck ship and grab his gravity, because he's
Thanks
gonna
to
need
all.
it. He's gonna need the super in wreck ship.
Especially going deep into Meridia like that. You really don't want to do Sulis on top of all this other stuff.
This is gonna be so hard, because he's gonna have to grab a lot of stuff.
Like Lexa said, a lot of pretty straightforward stuff. We see Freya is here grabbing that reserve tank. Now, do you think that's for hell runs, or is there a tile here that might be helpful for her?
She might be thinking of doing row 5, to be quite honest. But that is extremely slow, because collect all 15 Meridia super missiles is pretty slow in itself.
Absolutely.
But the rest is pretty okay.
I see down there on the bottom right 2+ reserve tanks. Do you think they're either runner is thinking about that and picking up this early reserve tank? That's not generally something I see runners go for if they're not planning on doing new route or something like that.
No. The reserve tank don't really help early on, because you can't really refill them really easily. So it's a big time waste, and if you want to do L runs, you're not completely obligated to do it in double anti-bingo, because you can most of the time just kill Kraid. It's on the way, it's close by, gives you an extra eating. We're not gonna see a bunch of L runs, but what we might see is basically people changing their mind in the road they want to finish, which can make for some interesting things. Still trying to.
So we've got our first. Sorry, go ahead.
We got our first decision. Freya is going to go for the Phantoon first.
Red tower here. It's such a neat trick. This climb.
Oh yeah.
One of the early sequence rays along with that.
Sorry, you're lagging quite a bit. I can't understand. You're going full robotic. Trying to figure out things.
Our first completed square, although it's more of a completed through omission rather than active work. BluePlasmaSpark has skipped charge beam. Of course, they were required by the seed to do exactly that. Oh yeah, BluePlasmaSpark having to farm up here, getting chomped on.
Yes, to be quite honest, row 4 seems to be the most, the one that makes the most sense. But we're gonna see. Right now, everything seems to be pretty okay. He's gonna go grab gravity. I find that's a good idea because you need the supers for everything you're going to do. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Grabbing those supers is going to be key there. You need 30 supers to kill Ridley, and plenty to kill everything else. Ooh, PVS. Oh, he's going to go for the ship, which is actually a good idea.
Yeah, although he will have to go back there, right, to finish in the energy tank room.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of backtracking, but you do need those supers if you're BPS. Because
right,
of the skip charge beam, you're forced to skip charge beam. There's no other way.
And Freya's nails the horizontal wall jump. One of the most impressive and difficult looking tricks in the game. Very, very awesome stuff.
Very nice from BPS. Very good routing there. Going for that E-tank, he knows he's gonna have to take 9 E-tanks. Knowing there's 14 in the game, there's not a lot of E-tank you can not grab. And he's most likely gonna be ignoring most of Meridia, so it's very nice thinking to grab this one. Actually,
here, and meanwhile, FreyasSpirit is going into the ship on their way to Fantoon. Is not always a early, but getting this energy tank, getting some a couple regular packs here, very helpful.
Sorry guys, we're having a little bit of a problem with the Discord.
Apologies to anybody who's having trouble hearing us or watching this stream. We're experiencing just fine.
That goes from everything is fine to everything is robot. I mean, it's a good song. Robots rock.
Uh-oh. BluePlasmaSpark missing their double fall there. Only able to get one missile pack here.
That's fine. It's not a Brainstorm missile, so he's quite alright. I find it pretty weird that he's actually going to go there to do that, but maybe he's not gonna go for the wreck ship at all. That's quite, yeah. Because I think he's gonna go with the missile route, just grabbing as much missile as he can to kill Ridley.
And right now the runners are kind of doing a lot of things that are right in front of them, so it's a little hard to figure out exactly which row or column that they're choosing for themselves. But a little further into this race, once some of these early checks are done, we can start to get a pretty clear picture of how the rest of this race is going to shape up, which bingo tiles they're going to go for, and and really get a picture of who's in the lead and how long these things might take. So yeah, very, very fun early game here.
Oh yeah. The early game is pretty interesting. I didn't see if Freya grabbed no, I think she didn't. They did not grab the wreck ship map station, and they are going back for that right now. Alright.
Ah,
It's something that you're forced to do. Might as
right.
well do it. And there they are, grabbing that map station. I got you there, Spaghetti. Alright. So, collection time for BluePlasmaSpark. He's going for the power bombs.
Interesting.
Yeah. Huh. So
Is
you
there
might be thinking about column 3 actually.
column 3? What's that? So defeat Botwoon. That seems like a bit of a mess if your other column doesn't already take you into Meridia. Let's see what else. But collecting, yep, energy tanks and reserve tanks, that makes sense with already having to do 9 energy tanks and 2 reserve tanks. That completes the list right there. And then, or that tile right there, and then already has to finish in the wreck ship E-tank room. Skip wave beam, that's not too difficult, and then 15 power bombs. Yeah, already there. Interesting.
That is interesting. I wonder what Freya is doing grabbing those way out of the way missiles though. That's quite interesting.
No kidding. Meanwhile, BluePlasmaSpark going for the Sports Bond skip here.
Yep.
Nails it.
No DLC required this time.
Right, we only paid for the base game, and the base game is what we will enjoy today.
Yep. Huh. So finishing Crate's room, so column 2, row 5 is impossible for both of them. Is there any more finish in this one? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's gonna be quite interesting to actually see what's gonna happen. It never gets sick. That DLC joke is gonna be there forever.
I wonder if... Oh no, that's terrible. Never mind. I was briefly wondering if BluePlasmaSpark was thinking about that first column and decided against it when he missed the getting both missile packs off of Gauntlet because it would just take too long to circle back around for that collect all 40 criteria missiles. But looking at it again, he's not going to want to do this whole collect grapple beam collect spring ball nonsense. That seems like a bad time.
Alright, that finishes it. He's going for column 4. There is no other reason to go into Blue Brand Star right now. Unless you want to actually do column 4. Oh, missing the last one. Quite unfortunate. So you won't be needing, with the route he's taking right now, you won't be needing to go into wreck ship until the end, just to do the finish. So that's gonna be quite interesting when it comes to that point.
Yeah, having to do all of this other combat without picking up the minor or the ammo. We're not doing randomizer. The ammo in Wreck Ship. That is an interesting decision. And here we have
Ah,
FreyasSpirit.
never mind. He's not going up there. What is he doing?
The world
Billy
skipping
Mays. He's
out on Billy Mays.
yeah. I wonder what's he thinking. Hmm. Sometime these runner is going to be yeah. Spend 20 minutes in the mode tile. That's a perfect tile for me. Probably the reason why I'm probably not gonna do early Phantom.
Here we have FreyasSpirit grabbing their gravity suit, heading back in. Let's see which way they go from here. I'm anticipating a trip. You think they'll go straight down into Meridia, or are they going to take a Norfair trip first?
I believe Norfair. I don't see a point to go into Meridia without Ice Beam, because you're not gonna be able to get early grapple
Right,
unless you're like Sephi and you can do magic.
right,
Uh,
and so that means that the only thing that they have to do down in Meridia is that Spring Ball need Ice Beam to do that clip.
oh yeah. You can actually do it with Crystal Flash, but that's like another story.
Yeah.
I would be
That's
really impressed if they did that. Like, I would be completely impressed.
I would lose it on stream right here because there's no leeway there. You yeah. All right. Blue Plasma Spark.
Freya actually grabbed the rag ship map.
Okay. So there's another tile down there. Blue Plasma Spark wandering in to go hang out with Kraid. Let's see if there's they put on their dancing shoes or if we have a nice quick end to
No
the
DLC.
no
It's a
DLC.
completely DLC free run for us.
There we go.
Kraid is not gonna force the download by wasting the time.
You know, these runners are just so appreciative of you know, getting all the value out of the game. It's something that we could all learn from, you know. You
Alright.
don't need that extra skin, you know, you just play the regular game and enjoy it.
Freya is gonna grab that ice beam. They need to remember to not actually grab eye jump boot.
Yeah, that would be. Now, is there an allowance here that you can, if you accidentally grab it and immediately turn it off, you'll be okay, or is that
No, you need to reset.
okay?
You
That's
can't. There's no other way. You can't take it back. You need to reset to the last save you did.
wow. I can imagine that. You know, Freya's looking at this and probably won't do that. Already going the other way, but you never know. Stressful races sometimes don't exactly do what you're planning to do.
Oh yeah, definitely. The DLC is big enough to waste you a good 10 seconds. It's not a good DLC. I don't like it. So, I believe Freya is gonna need to grab that Norfair map station It's the power bomb door in the business center. She didn't take it as she was coming into Norfair. Hopefully that will be rectified. Ooh, trying to freeze the waiver to actually get up there.
I'm having a difficult time with it. This room is tough without high jump boots.
Oh yeah, but there we go. Pretty easy every time when you get it, and hard every time when you don't. What's the most popular Super Metroid DLC? Well, Spore Spawn has a whole category to him, so I would say he is pretty popular. And you never want to actually hit the crates DLC, so. Spo is a good boss. I like Spo. And double means that you have to choose one to complement it. Oh, they did grab all the 15 missiles in Wreck Ship. A lot of people can read this defeat Crocomire and Ridley as defeat Crocomire or Ridley. So it's quite unfortunate sometimes. Oh, they are going to grab the 2 reserve tank. So column 5 might be something on their mind.
Interesting. That's not what I expected, because it looks like, going down and never mind. Oh, yeah, I was thinking for Freya's having to go down to Northfair Map Station anyway. Maybe it would be worth it to defeat Crocomire and Ridley and get that row 4 there.
I would think, to be quite honest, that it makes kind of sense to do column 5. You're going to go into Meridia, and collecting all 15 super is pretty easy. Visiting the crater is going to be what is the most time consuming, quite unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure. We saw BluePlasmaSpark go down there on his ammo hunt to see the Edecoons. Freya's does have that speed booster to see the Ghidorah. What is that other one called again? Ghidorah?
Ghidorah, something like that.
Yeah.
Dakora.
Right. This is not Godzilla. This is Super Metroid.
EPM, I believe you do one that's complementing the one that you're forced to do. Oh, Freya did grab the Norfair map station. So if you're giving one that goes into Meridia a lot, you want to get one that goes into Meridia a lot too. Meridia and Lower Norfair are the 2 region really that you have to fight to not double dip. Seems like BluePlasmaSpark is going to go grab his Crocomire kill. I would believe he would go into Lower Norfair soon, since he should have enough. He does have quite a lot of missiles there. And the super should be quite enough to finish Ridley or the power bombs.
Yeah, so the seed is starting to come together, and you can see how they're making sense of this big chaotic bingo board here. Really one of my favorite moments in a dab run, when it all starts to come together.
Oh yeah.
Get that A-team moment.
So Freya they don't have quite a lot to do anymore. It should be done in the next 10 to 15 minutes easily. Visiting the critters, grabbing one more pack of supers in the aqueduct, and grabbing spring ball with the clip. So if they are good with the clip, it shouldn't be that much of a hard time. But you have to be proficient with the clip, unfortunately. That's the thing. That's the big problem.
Poor Croxy over here gives his last
Yep.
grunt and falls over.
Yep. Falls in a pile of bones. I believe BPS only needs one more E-Tank. And you should have that E-Tank from Ridley, actually.
Oh yeah.
I don't think his ammo is good enough, but if he goes to kill our good friend, what's his name again? Golden Chorizo, because I can't brain today. It's gonna be an easy one.
Oh no, Freya's misses or gets goes through the crumble blocks and has to spark back up again to get their last super missile pack.
It's a small
That's
time loss right there, but it's okay.
You know, against a good runner like BluePlasmaSpark, everything adds up.
Yeah. All right.
BluePlasmaSpark doing another beautiful trick, the lava dive here, and nails it. And here he goes down into Lower Norfair with the best music of the game.
Alright. It's gonna be to see what he chooses to do because he still hasn't collected all the Brinstar missiles during his other collection.
Oh no.
Oh, Freya, they are having a little bit of problem. But there we go.
Okay.
That's a good setup.
Nails that first little snot blob and is luring the next one up to this top place.
Oh, that was a bit too early. Quite unfortunate there. They don't have quite a lot of life, so they need to be very careful.
Yeah, Freya needs to freeze this little enemy here in exactly the right place so that they can jump on top of it and then stand up and clip through that platform above. It's a difficult trick.
It's an annoying trick.
I've never done it. Everything's difficult to me. It took me 3 hours to do Alcatraz one time I tried, so I'm just impressed by everything.
Ooh, BVS needs to be careful to not get hit too much. Since he doesn't have gravity, he's gonna take quite a lot of damage over there. Everything deals 1 E-Tank of damage in Lower Norfair. Well, almost everything.
That is significant. And like you were saying before, you know,
that should be good for Freya. She needs to press up as she goes for the clipping.
Oh. Well, like you said, you know, this could be where the race hinges right here. This is Freya seems to have the quicker route through to their objective, but this clip is tough.
Oh yeah, this clip, there we go, there they have it.
Right.
Alright.
Beautiful. And everybody's favorite, potentially evil, potentially harmless robot, Shacktool.
Shacktool is potentially evil. I'm pretty sure he's the antagonist of this whole thing.
Yeah, that checks out.
Shacktool is not innocent. Shacktool is... he's evil. He's so slow. Why is he so slow?
You know, this is really the entire reason for blowing up the entire planet of Zeus. It's the only way to really make sure you got Shack Tool.
Yeah, it's the only way. Mother Brain
And
is just a side thing.
right, because like look at this. Like Freya's just blasted the heck out of Shack Tool on their way down, right? But they're gonna come back up. Shack Tool is gonna be there again. You really gotta
Shektel
nuke
is
the planet from
infinite.
orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Yep. If he doesn't have anywhere to respawn, then he's dead.
Ah,
There he was, killed again. If they open up the door, he's gonna be back. Shektel is evil, I say.
yeah, yeah.
Please nerf Shektel.
This is really, yeah. The entire game is just about killing Shack Tool.
Oh yeah. So the only thing that Freya is missing right now is visiting the critters and finishing in the wreck ship energy tank, which should be plenty easy.
Yeah, but it is a lot of moving around the map, so it will give BluePlasmaSpark some time.
Well, the thing with BluePlasmaSpark is he didn't go for a screw attack, so it's looking to me as it's not gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it's hard to say exactly which row or column BluePlasmaSpark has picked for himself.
I'm thinking row 4 at the moment, like he's gonna finish everything in wreck ship, but that's
Right.
so much going around that he did at the beginning. Unfortunate. Column tree? Column tree is extremely slow. And he doesn't have gravity, so column tree would be the worst one to do for him. For
Getting a
BluePlasmaSpark. Like Freya is like 3 minutes away from winning.
all right, BluePlasmaSpark here in Ridley, starting off with some double hit power bombs. Yeah, make the most out of the limited super count. Supers being the easiest and fastest way to kill Ridley if you don't have your charge beam, which of course Blue is not allowed to have. But only having 15, it takes 30 to kill Ridley, so got to improvise and find some other way to get that damage in.
Oh yeah. You should have enough ammo though. It's gonna be a very slow fight, but I mean, it's better than going to grab super everywhere.
For sure. And BluePlasmaSpark doing a great job keeping Ridley just kind of hovering in place so that these power bombs can keep double hitting.
Oh yeah. Always letting them go off at the same place. Yes, I believe Freya does have speed booster.
Yeah, Freya does have speed booster. I saw that before.
Yep, they both have speed booster. Come on, Ridley. Isn't that fun to you?
So, remind me if I'm not quite sure. Each double hit of those power bombs, does that do the same as a super?
No, I think it's half super.
Oh boy, the whole double hit is half a super.
Yep.
Yikes.
I think it does 150 damage for each, so it's quite unfortunate. And that's Ridley down.
Right. Meanwhile, Freya's goes to hang out with some critters, the Edicoons. And their seed is close to done.
Oh yeah. Freya just asked to visit. Did she go for the Decora?
Not yet. I don't believe so. These are the Eticoons that teach you how to wall jump, of course. As you can see, Freya's is already an expert.
Oh, so apparently the PB does 200 for every hit, so a double is 400.
Okay, thank you.
They did hit the Decora, so that's a visit the critter. The critters have been visited.
My bad.
And since they killed Phantom already, it's a sure win at the moment. They just need to save a bit, and there we go. It's gonna be done. I would save it the ship if I were them.
Makes sense.
Because the amount of energy is pretty low. And Spike Room of Death can do really bad thing.
Yeah, getting through this entire bingo seed on 2 E-tanks, of course, impressive to me, probably pretty pedestrian for a runner of FreyasSpirit's talents.
Ooh.
Skipping the save.
Skipping the save. Hopefully they won't get hit too much. They do have gravity, so it's pretty easy, but you never know when something's gonna hit you badly. I don't know if that gravity jump works. It doesn't. You need to do wall jumping, but without I jump, yeah, it's pretty hard. Need to do a spin jump because you need to end it with a wall jump, quite unfortunately. Ooh.
Freya's gonna keep trying.
BPS going hard, but
oh,
yep.
Nice ducks under these key hunters. Oh,
Yep. Oh, it does work completely, just a jump. I thought you needed to spin jump and do a wall jump at the end while re-equipping gravity. BBS need to be a bit careful there.
dang.
The health is not flowing. How did that guy drop a super? Oh, I think it counted the reserve.
Alright, FreyasSpirit through spiky room of death here. This is really the last obstacle.
And there we go. Freya has finished.
Congrats to Freya.
Now.
GG.
42 minute 52 seconds. 42 minute 52 seconds for Freya. GG.
GG Freyas, wow. What a race.
It is not the fastest time so far, but it is the second fastest time.
And considering all of the things on this card, that is quite an accomplishment.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, the collect spring ball and skip grapple, and with that I jump the whole time is pretty hard to do. It's very fortunate that column 5 was really nice to grab with it.
Also credit to Freya's routing and game knowledge here. You know, they saw that when we were in the lobby before at the start of this race, we both kind of, or you noticed that what bottom left to top right as potentially, you know, the most difficult one, having to do that spring ball clip, having to do just run around to wreck ship and then to Norfair and all these places. But Freya took it on and took it like pulled through like a champ. Meanwhile, putting BluePlasmaSpark on this top left to bottom right, and this is proving to be really difficult, really time consuming.
Oh yeah, I still don't know what BPS is trying to do. Like, I would think row 4, but that's very slow too, because you basically have to go to gravity, then come back to spiking room with that.
Yeah, there really aren't good options here.
Nah, column 3 I would really say no, because he just kept going to bot room. And that would be even longer than doing row 4.
Fortunately, BluePlasmaSpark, living up to his name, getting the spark across the moat, getting the spark across the ocean, making this fun to watch, and at the end here.
TLBR is one of the most annoying, but it can be done extremely fast with column 4, I find. Column 4 really would have been the best choice for BluePlasmaSpark to take from the beginning.
Yeah, be interesting if BluePlasmaSpark comes in here after the race is over. Good, see what his thing is, and where he was choosing and what he chose.
Yeah. You choose Power Bomb instead of Missile and Super for Ridley. I find that was not really the best of ideas, but that's pretty fine. Seems to be pretty okay race nonetheless.
Absolutely.
Power bombs on Ridley are extremely slow. The damage is not there. I would have grabbed Screw Attack, grabbed the super from Golden Torizo.
Yep. Makes a lot of sense.
Basically, I would have gone to Norfair, then did a Brinstar cleanup of everything, like the supers and everything, the missiles even, and then you go back to Norfair and you kill Ridley, or even you just grab a power bomb and you just do a Brinstar cleanup. I don't know.
That would be some good routing.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense. It just goes to show how difficult Dab can be, having to come up with playing a very difficult base game and keep all of that in your head and race somebody.
Oh yeah.
Even a very accomplished runner like BluePlasmaSpark, who runs many different categories, still having a tough time figuring out this card.
Even a double wreck ship wouldn't have been the worst, to be quite honest. Because you still have to go finish in wreck ship, and you just need to finish in wreck ship. No, I believe Freya had the harder row. It's just she routed it very nicely. They routed it very nicely, so that's pretty much the thing there.
Yeah, and again, like we said, to get that sub 43 on this difficult route, real accomplishment. Hats off to Freya's.
I definitely think that TLBR can be done pretty easily if you do column 4 with it. Like, everything runs up really nicely with it. Just the missile collection should be the only thing you think about, missile and super. I don't think he did, but he can do it on his way back. Nah, I'm pretty sure I could do that in like 40 minutes pretty easily. Alright. BPS is going to grab the last missiles I think that he needs for Rick ship. It cost him more than a minute, and it's just the PBs are out of the way more than the missiles, is what I'm thinking.
For sure.
Road 2? Yeah. The only thing that I don't like with Road 2 is that completely destroyed the idea of doing one wreck ship.
How so?
Because you have to collect all Meridia Super Missile and then go back to finish in wreck ship energy tank room.
Oh, that's a good point.
Which actually is not that great because you have to go in Lower North Air and Meridia, and again you want to prioritize one of those zones and not both of them.
Yeah, and looking at this top left to bottom right, I wonder if BluePlasmaSpark was thinking at the start of this race that wanted to stay out of Meridia as much as possible because, that's the one sort of big, slow area that he could ignore with that row. And I wonder if that decision ended up just making the rest of this very difficult.
Oh, I might try it. I'm pretty interested in what can be done with TLBR, to be quite honest. It could be pretty
You're gonna
interesting.
run this race, this
Yeah, I'm
card
gonna
yourself
run
just for
TLBR
fun?
Con 4. I'm gonna do it for science.
Well, there's no greater reason
Ooh,
to
the
do
Room of
anything.
Death.
So
He's gonna get hit one more time? No. Oh, okay. Alright. There we go, BPS. Finishing with a time of 53 minutes, 24 seconds.
GG's to BPS. And
GG's
congratulations to
indeed.
both of our runners. Once again, please follow everybody if you're watching, if you enjoyed this tremendous display of racing, and follow FreyasSpirit, follow BluePlasmaSpark, follow Lexa. Please don't follow me. I don't stream anything. You wouldn't see anything.
Please do follow Flight Songs. Do follow Spaghetti Toast Book for doing a really good job at tracking with me. And
Yes.
do follow all the SpeedGaming channel. There's a lot of races going on. It's a really entertaining time to watch all those races. And we gotta thank every admin in all of those things. And of course, good old Fiesel.
Yes, thank you, Fiesel.
So there is going to be more runs coming up tomorrow. I believe there is there seem to be me versus Cheese Weaver at 7 p.m. And after that is gonna be the Guru Baltazar versus Iora at
Oh
9
boy,
p.m. Eastern. So those
very
are going to
exciting.
be very interesting races. Be sure to be there, because I'll be.
Yeah, yeah. You don't really have much of a choice in the matter.
No, I don't. Alright. So it's been a pleasure being with you guys. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you guys next mission.
Yeah, thank you everybody who decided to do this instead of watching Game of Thrones. We really appreciate it.